Recently, um, recently, a few species were discovered in the deep sea oceans. The deep sea oceans, a few species were discovered, and the first species was Hadal amphipod. It is called Hirondella gigas. It is a tiny crustacean species that moves side to side between deep sea trenches. So this is an amphipod. Hirondellia gigas. It is a tiny crustacean species that moves side to side and between deep sea trenches. In deep sea trenches like Mariana Trench. It is the deepest trench in the world. So they live actually in the deep sea. Yes. So these Hadal amphipods, they look like. So this Hadal amphipod, it feeds on dead plant debris. It feeds on dead plant debris and ingests sediment from the seafloor. They ingest sediment from the seafloor. They feed on dead plant debris, and the sediment contains aluminium ions, aluminium ions, aluminium ions, and these ions are extracted by this amphipod. And it consumes so this Hirondella gigas, it consumes the sediments which contains aluminium, and this aluminium helps in the formation of shell, aluminium shell. Why? Because in the deep sea there will be much high pressure. Actually कोई ऑर्गेनिज्म वहाँ सर्वाइव ही नहीं करता, बट ये करती है ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ aluminium shell, because it ingests it extracts the aluminium ions present in the sediments, and with the help of this aluminium ions it makes gel, aluminium gel. This aluminium gel is made up of aluminium hydroxide. So this prevents this calcium carbonate cell from dissolving. There is a calcium carbonate shell actually. This is just like a prawn. Calcium carbonate shell will be there, and upper there will be a gel, aluminum hydroxide gel. This gel prevents this species from high pressure, and it can survive in harsh conditions. So the next species is snailfish. The next species identified was snailfish. It is commonly called pseudo Pseudoliparus swere. Pseudoliparus swere. This is commonly called Hadal snailfish. It is also identified from deep sea, deepest sea. This is the deepest living fish identified. It is a small and translucent. It is a very small and translucent, and it is lightish pink in color. Okay, it is lightish pink in color. So it lives in the bottom of the sea, and this is actually called Hadal snailfish. Why is called Hadal snailfish? What is actually called Hadal? Why this is named Hadal snailfish? And the top one also, it is called Hadal amphipod. Why it is called so? Because Hadal is the name that came from deepest parts of the ocean. Actually, deepest parts of the ocean means the Hadal zone. Deepest parts of the ocean means Hadal zone. Hadal zone, deepest parts of the ocean. So it is named Hadal organisms. Hadal snailfish, Hadal some other species. So this Hadal snailfish it consumes some polychaetes, amphipods, etc. And in such a deep sea, how these organisms survive means their body is metabolically adapted to such an environment where it can live there in the bottom in the deep sea. So their enzymes, what all the metabolic processes occurs, they got adapted to deep sea environment, so they can survive. So first species is Hadal snailfish. So this is the deepest living fish ever found. Pseudoliparis verae, and the next is Hadal amphipod. Hirudella trigas. It is seen in the deep sea trenches like Mariana Trench.